The term oligarchy. I hear a lot about oligarchy these days. And so, of course, I looked it up, and oligarchy means a bunch of rich guys that are kind of running the country. That's what an oligarchy is. And, everybody seems to be up in arms about this these days. There's an oligarchy running the country right now. But my thought is that there's been an oligarchy running the country for quite some time now. And the oligarchy basically was a bunch of these rich guys. And who are these rich guys? Well, guys like LinkedIn, Netflix, Twitter, Google, all those guys. Those were the people that were controlling the flow of information, and not only the flow of information from that standpoint, but also the flow of information from the Washington Post and the New York Times. And so we only got the information that they wanted to give us, uh, and which was fine. You can all remember that Mr. Biden during the COVID problem was in his basement and didn't have to go out and campaign. So really, we didn't know what his how frail he was. But the point of the matter was that most everybody else that was around him had a very good idea, and yet that information was pretty much kept from the American public for a long time, until there was this guy by the name of Musk. Uh, and I think what happened with Musk is one of the things that he did, which I think was crucial. He he bought he bought Twitter, which is now X, and it gave a another platform for people. And so people that disagreed with what was being said, were able to get on that platform now and make their voices heard. And that changed things quite a bit from my standpoint. Anyway, that's my take on it. Uh, and so what we have now is it seems to me that we have a lot more conversation going on, and we have a lot more different viewpoints being expressed, which in a democracy I think is a great thing. I think we should have as many dissenting views as possible, and actually, rather than calling each other names, talk about the issues. And the issues are the important things. So the other thing is, during the last administration, we had very few times where the president would talk to the people. In fact, it was the lowest news conference in history. And so when now we have the exact opposite thing going on right now. When Trump gets on there, and I think he likes to get on there as much as possible, he talks to the press probably more than any president within recent times. And although we may get tired of hearing him talk, one thing which is obvious is uh, you know what's going on. Uh, Not only do you know what's going on, but you see the government in action. You even something like with Mr. Walsh being given the outs just recently. You see that developing. You see also Hexet. There's information going on with him right now that perhaps the way that he's been handling things is, he's a little bit too casual with the information that he's giving out, and so he may very well be the next to go. But again, the American people, they're seeing these things, which I think is a good thing. And so that's my take on that. Um, and so I had another thing that I was going to talk to you about, which is completely different from any kind of politics, and that had to do with I was reading the Wall Street Journal this morning, and I saw an article on Bobby Darin. I don't know if anybody knows who Bobby Darin was, but Bobby Darin was a very popular singer during the 50s and the 60s, and he was this kid. His name was actually Casado, and he he came out of the Bronx, and he had some great music. In fact, one of the songs that everybody knows, and nobody can do it as well, if not better than he did, was "Mac the Knife." And so he was. There is now a play going on about his life. It's called Just in Time, and they talk about his career, and his career is compared in some respects to that of Frank Sinatra. And you can make an argument that actually he was more famous than Frank Sinatra for the time that he lived. Uh, Bobby Darin died at the age of 37. And when he was 37, he had been in a couple of movies. He had had a number of big hits, uh, musical. He had written a number of songs, uh, and so at any rate, he had accomplished quite a bit by the time that he was 37 years of age. And in contrast, Frank Sinatra, he had a uh, he had a downturn in his career, and he got into a movie which was called From Here to Eternity, and uh, and he was 38 years of age when he came back on the scene. So so that's the difference with Frank Sinatra and Bobby Darin. Bobby Darin, of course, he was he had died by the time he was 37. He was born with a heart defect, and he never really got over that. And so you can make an argument that he was well, whatever he was. Sometimes you say comparisons are odious, and but whatever. He was a great entertainer, and I just thought that it was just I just I saw the article and thought that it was something worth talking about. He uh, he was a cocky guy, and he seemed to he seemed to be uh, on a mission. And I think maybe because of his health, he knew he probably wasn't going to hang around too long. And so he was trying to pack as much stuff into his life as possible, as soon as possible. And anyway, so that's basically what I have about Bobby Darin.